So what becomes of us if we do take the risk and we do step out and we do listen and we do act? The fire shall not consume you. Mighty but not destructive, scary but not impossible. I know we took a lot of time this morning with an experiment, but I want to share with you one more piece of spiritual geometry, and this triangle is a part of it, and that is first force, second force, third force. Those of you who are in the Unity Basics classes know this so very well, and you could teach it. First force is a divine idea. Second force is the stuff that happens. We have different words for it. Things hit the fan. You know what I mean? Things hit the fan when you have a good idea sometimes, right? You think you are on the right track and you're walking down the road and you've got something good that you're going to put your energy into, and something happens. Something gets in your way. And sometimes what we say to ourselves is, oh, that must mean I'm not supposed to do it, right? It doesn't mean that. It means second force happens. That's all. It means second force shows up. It's almost like a question from the universe. Do you really mean it? Do you really want to do that? Are you sure? And if we are not afraid, if we do not back off, if we remember where it comes from, if we remember that, and we walk through second force and keep on going and are not intimidated by conditions, then we get to third force, which is resolution. Something good happens. And you know yourself that when you walk through second force, when you walk through that dark night or that stuff that hits the fan, when you walk through it and you're not intimidated, don't you feel victorious? Don't you feel like the world looks a little brighter? Because you have done something that was difficult. You have taken on a challenge, you have walked through it, and now you know you can do it. So the next time it comes up, it's like, second force. You know what I mean? I think we should have a bumper sticker that says second force happens. I also think that would make people wonder about what goes on at that church on Meridian. So Moses came up against the feelings of unworthiness. You know, we come up against time. We come up against our own stuff that we get stuck on. But when we walk through it to third force, to resolution, we are standing on holy ground because we learn once again that, you know, second force can't hold me down, right? It's just second force. It's just the way it is sometimes. You know, there is no place in the holy books that say that life is a Shirley Temple movie. It can be challenging, it can be tempting to quit, but every time we go through, either alone or with others, we experience a new level of being. So Moses came up against those feelings. And in the story, he gets all the help he needs, right? He gets all the help he needs. He gets the help from God. He gets the help from the parting of the Red Sea. He gets the help from the manna from heaven. And people eat and they get there. They get to where they want to go. And other examples of divine intervention and order. So today, you may be facing a directive. A divine order given to you by God. It may be something you don't want to do. It may be something you want to do, but you don't know how to begin. Or you're afraid. So let me offer to you today that there is no mistake in any of our process. There is no mistake. It is the way it needs to be. It is you that needs to work through whatever process it is that's in front of you. It is you who have been called, but it is not only for you. You have been called because you have a unique set of gifts. You have a unique set of needs. And your work, your challenge, that is in front of you right now that you will walk through will bless not just you, but all of us. A couple weeks I was invited to a reception at Seattle University. A photographer from Newsweek magazine had created a book of work from his travels in Rwanda. And he somehow came to the attention of Howard and Sherry Schultz. You know, Sherry Schultz is Howard Schultz started Starbucks, and his wife's name is Sherry Schultz. She's my twin. So they own Starbucks, and they decided that they wanted the world to know about this body of work, these photographs of the women and children from Rwanda, and how resilient and how strong. And talk about second force, my friends, They just kept going. They would not be held down. They would not be held down. So my friend got this call. My friend who works at Seattle U got a call, and the call was, create something with this book, these photographs, and Howard Schultz is going to help you do that. So Holy Ground is not just for the person who does the work, it's for all of us. My friend put together an evening of the photographs were exhibited, the photographer was there, Howard and Sherry were there, there was a Jesuit priest from Rwanda, and there was a woman who started a cottage industry making baskets with the women in Rwanda, and she brought them. And so all these people who came learned about Rwanda, blessed each other. The people of Rwanda saw, wow, look at these Americans. They care. They showed up. That wasn't just for my friend who walked through Second Force. That was for all of them. Each of us knows a story about someone who stepped out, someone who faced danger or opposition in the name of an important issue. And sometimes, when we tell the stories and we think about the grand things that people do, I don't know about you, but I think, how could I do something that grand? I saw that movie on TV, how could I do something that marvelous? Well, I have to tell you, a week or so ago, my daughter was getting ready for the final 6th grade dance at her school, and she could not be more anxious about it, So she borrowed herself some fancy little clothes, and one morning she woke up and she said, Mom, I had this really cool thing happen. Well, what was that, Rosie? Well, I had this dream. I said, well, what was the dream about? She said, I dreamed that I should wear pink leggings with my skirt. And I should wear these kind of beads, and I would this kind of bracelet, and I should put this in my hair. Isn't that cool, Mom? I wrote it down because it was in a dream. Yes, Rosie, that was really cool. So all of us can be inspired at the level where we are, right? At the level where we live. I mean, I may not get a call from Howard Schultz to do a photographic exhibit of Rwanda, and I may not be called to go to Haiti, but I am called at the level where I live. This morning, God, I guess, said, it's okay to try to teach that song. And, it's on holy ground, so it's okay, right? So whatever the challenge is, I'm saying, I don't care if it's in the headlines, it doesn't matter. Take it. Take it, because you will have an opportunity to walk through some stuff. You will have an opportunity to be victorious. You will have an opportunity to bless other people, and you don't want to pass that up, right? You do not want to pass that up. At the next time you're called, and it may be this very day, know that you are standing on holy ground. Right here in this room, you stand on holy ground. Listen for the call and take a step in the direction of that invitation from God. And know that Second Force happens. So what? It just happens. No worries. You will face it and you will emerge victorious, and it will bless every one of us. Thank you. Amen.